Ooh. There we go. How was it even? Oh, because it... Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Welcome. Let me put this over here instead. Am I missing something? I feel as though I'm missing something. I am. Okay. 1 second. No, no hay nadie. Y María se fue. Para que no joda, coño. Ustedes sí joden. I'm just playing. No hay nadie aquí, coño. What up, what up? Porque aquí no hay nadie. Estás preguntando de lo demás ahora. Yo. Pues. El primero que está hablando, por lo menos. La persona que estaba aquí primero, es una diferente historia. Yo, hold up. I need to see something. Dig it down, dig it down. Dig it down. Okay. Yeah, let me make the adjustments. Sal de aquí. No me estés jodiendo. Nah, hold up, y'all. You got it, girl, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. First of all, yeah, y'all wait for me to say something. I just felt as though I wanted to say, first of all. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Uh-huh. I don't even know what that person doing here. Some of y'all may come up on here and may feel as though I block people too fast. One, it's none of your business. Two, I already know what type of time they want. And I ain't got the fuck time to be playing with them. Actually, the quicker I block, the quicker I save their ass. The way my energy is set up. Don't be coming over here casting upon yourself your own karma. AKA another lesson that you could have easily avoided by just minding thy business. Simple as that. Okay? But nonetheless, welcome y'all. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. We are going to do a collective energy update. Yo, tomorrow we have here. Tomorrow's today, today's tomorrow, yesterday's today, all that. However, as the collective is still in the evolving process into non-duality, becoming and knowing that you are one, in connection to the one, all source, infinite creator of all. Okay? Neptune is going retrograde mañana. Starting in the sign of Aries, 2 degrees, a Taurus degree. And it's going to be stepping back into the sign of Pisces, ending its journey of retrograde on the 10th of December. I'll be doing something separate for that. The members section, you'll have the portion in regards to where it's at in all the signs and a little bit more in depth on that end. But as far as the general here, you know, we'll dive into it, obviously, because the energy is going to be present. But for the members, stay tuned. There's going to be more information up on that side of the channel. Shout out to the members of the channel, okay? All in all, Neptune entered Aries on the 30th of March, which puts it at that final decan, final part of the first decan, more so, which makes it the 2 of Wands, Mars and Aries type of energy. It's gonna retrograde back into Pisces as of October 22nd, which means is what was known as the veil. It's thin or non-existent, depending on where you are at on your journey. For some, it'll be thinned, much thinner, so you'll be seeing the truth of the situation. Okay, your inner truth. This is an opportunity for you to allow yourself to address anything that you may have not addressed with anyone ever. And it's also suppressing you from stepping into the purest form of your authenticity so you can live a life of bliss and freedom, and you're not sitting here working yourself and you're having absolutely no fun in life. because of these things that are sitting beneath, you know, it's sitting within your subconscious mind, and it's creating a world for yourself that you don't even want to fucking be in to begin with. So this retrograde Neptune going into the sign of Pisces at 29 degrees, which is a critical degree, it's basically bringing everything together before it goes back into Aries, where you are now fully immersed in the energy of you being your imagination, you being the essence of imagination, you being the essence of mysticism. Once it's going back into Pisces, it's basically going back into this space of the delusion or the illusion of things that weren't clear when it comes to your belief, what you believe in, that literally affects the way you make decisions, because it also influences your sacred values. Okay, so this is going to allow you to review how you've projected fantasy into action and retrieve a divine will that moves from the inside out. The moon will also be in Scorpio, which is going to give off this raw emotional sensitivity, okay? Placing you even deeper into the layers that you may have protected to not have to address. No, now is the time, as you heard in that transmission, to address it, okay? Because this is what's going to allow you, all right, to really step into your destiny, all right? So let's see what's coming up here for the collective energetically before I go any further. Whatever's been scaring you, whatever's been aching you, whatever you haven't been talking about or telling anyone because you don't want to be a burden, those are the things you got to bring up and let out. I would suggest writing it down using lead, which is the element of Saturn, on a brown paper, piece of paper or brown paper bag, writing down what that is and burning it, due to the fact that it's going retrograde in an element of fire, using the elements, okay, to release whatever this is. Let it all come up, whatever it's been, you know what I'm saying, once again, hurting you because you didn't want to talk to anyone about it. This is literally the time where if you ask yourself, fuck, I wish I had someone to talk to. I wish there was a moment where I can just get all of this stuff up from everything that's happened, so I can truly go towards my destiny. Because for some of you, whatever this is, this fear is, or whatever you're suppressing, it's allowing you to believe a lie about yourself, okay? When it comes to specifically things that, you know, you desired to do, but you were told was too big because of a certain way of belief or people that you were connected to growing up all your life, whatever the case may be. However it was that something was taught to you, whether if it was too big, you being too selfish, or you being too divine, or you're too out there to even have this idea, those type of things is what you want to bring up to the surface, okay? Because it's connected to why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself. And let's say you're someone who's living your greatest life, and you may have something that's still lurking beneath the surface that no one knows. This is also your opportunity to fully get all that junk out, okay? Now, this entire journey is happening through, once again, starting tomorrow, the 4th of July, into the 10th of December, but it specifically goes into the sign of Pisces, which is the sign it rules. Neptune rules Pisces, as well as Jupiter rules Pisces. Ancient ruler of Pisces is Jupiter. It'll go back into that sign on the 22nd of October. Not so much being guided to do that type of message right now, only because the energy, I want to absorb some more of it in regards to what the collective is going through when we get into the messages mañana, tomorrow, on the 4th. Now, some of it may even still come up because energy is fluid, okay? Let's see. All praise due to the Most High, infinite creator of all. Mama universe, Papa universe. What messages do you have for the collective? I really wasn't gonna go live though. I really wasn't. I was over here jamming. Doing what a Sagittarius does, and why people wonder why we don't be outside. Well, at least my ass. I'm not gonna say we. I can only speak for myself. I be vibing on my vibes. Okay, so oh yeah, there's gonna be a whole lot of barking with these fireworks. If they fireworks too. Because shit. What we got going on here for the collective? We have sound and gut instincts, your throat chakra and your solar plexus. For some of you, this has to do with the shame that you've built up for lying about something. Because what blocks the two of these, shame blocks the solar plexus, lies blocks the throat chakra. The way this is playing out and the way this message is coming through, the shame you've built has something to do with a lie you may have told someone, and you feel as though the life you've had after that is your punishment. Let that shit go, okay? Because you have done more than pay your dues when it comes to that type of frequency. Or let's say, you know, you were disloyal or disrespectful to someone, and it really had an effect on you, so much so it blocked your solar plexus. It placed you into this deep essence of shame, which is going to prevent you literally from ascending or expanding or stepping into your heart chakra, or being able to even recognize what is it you truly love to do. Whoever's in this type of energy, this frequency here, whatever it is you're doing right now, even whatever that is, it may not even be something you love to do. It is until you unchain whatever this silent truth is that you've been holding on to, or this wave you've been riding in terms of whatever you did in the past and still feeling shame for it. The moment you release that, whatever it is you're doing right now may completely change. The way you see yourself is going to change, and all for the better. Okay? What's going on, y'all? Hello. Well, hi. Hell is low, so hi. Let me see what this is. Pisces, and speaking of Neptune, 33 twice. Wow. For some of you, the career path changes with this gut instinct, solar energy, picking up Leo vibes or the sun. Your career path changes, and it has to do with expressing yourself and helping others through their transformations, especially when they're going through some sort of ending or completing a cycle, completely, you know, turning over from a cycle. Pisces here. And then 33 twice. Sound transformation. Yeah. Whatever this is in terms of what you're suppressing, also in connection to an ancestral programming, the moment you release it, the moment you have a transformation. This transformation is also effortless. What is the surrender message? Let me see what's up. this? Strength, certainly Leo, sun energy. Your entire life path is going to change. The fact that 33 is up here twice, your entire life path is going to change the moment you release whatever this shame is you have for what you said in the past. You said it, it's done and over with. You've had years after that, or if this is something that happened recently, 929. It could have been something, you just said. Don't allow it to build up shame by you holding on to it and knowing great and well that it could have went a different way, which also means you have to begin to start saying things without feeling as though you have to apologize for it. Basically speaking your truth. If it's not true, don't say it at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna continue to reiterate, especially if you're in Aquarius, because Neptune and Aries will be in your third house. We got Aquariuses in the building, sun, moon, or rising. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. More blue. Yeah, someone didn't tell the truth from what they said was coming from a space of defensiveness. With the blue showing up under the green, and it's supposed to be the other way around. Not trusting one's gut instinct to not say something. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. There's that. You could just close this reading up right now. This energy update. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try, which is an insult to doing, to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Now what I'm picking up from this is a parent to child dynamic. A parent to child dynamic. The 6th, the 30th, the 3rd, the 10th, the 1st, the 19th is also significant. Thirty-three, 30 is here. Neptune enter Aries on the 30th of March. Oh yeah, love begins. What is so significant about Neptune entering Aries for this particular collective? Aquarius is the collective, but I'm strongly picking up an Aquarian energy right now. Because it is you all, with these two planets of Neptune and Saturn in your third house having to do with your communication, you really want to be mindful of your words, as they are reality bending. And while Neptune and Saturn is in Aries, you are strongly being guided to speak from your soul and only that. Now, because Aquarius is the collective, that goes for the collective as well in general, especially with Uranus entering Gemini. There's a rewiring of language and thoughts, which is also going to change communication drastically. Information is going to be processed a lot quicker. (9:33) on the clock right now. It just went to 34. What is the significance? Recognition and reward. Be mindful of what it is that you're ambitious about. Saying things just to receive recognition. Saying things just to be seen or validated. As I'm saying validated, I'm within self, I was hearing violated, validated, violated. Violating oneself to seek validation in what one says for recognition and reward. Mars in Capricorn could also be significant. 3 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, obstacles and challenges. Saturn in Leo, 5th house, Sagittarius. Very blunt energy. But what that would speak to is the frequency of making sure if you're going to say something that is going to make someone uncomfortable, get used to not regretting what you say after, especially if it's coming from the intention to truly assist. You know what I'm saying? And not to burden someone. So that could be something, you know, that's going on here as well in terms of what are some certain things you may have wanted to say but didn't say it because you didn't want to burden someone. Some of you have people around you who are so sensitive to certain things that you may say, you don't say anything at all, and you hold that entire conversation that wasn't had within you, and it certainly has an effect on you. It still plays out as if it was said and there was an exchange, so you're better off just releasing it as a whole. And as it says here, surrender the idea you can fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Okay. So that way you can be more disciplined and focused on what it is that you enjoy doing. Because it's taking energy away from you to be focusing on other people and what they're doing and all this other shit. And if it's coming from a space that you want to assist people just for recognition and reward, better change that. Better change that. Do it for yourself. Do it because it feeds your soul. What feeds your soul is not feeding another soul. As a collective, each one feeds their own soul, and it you know, it creates this harmonious energy amongst us all, but each one has to do their own part for themselves. There's a lot of 3s up here. 18, the moon card. Okay. Where we at right now? We in the We in the 13th hour of this day, of this lucid moment, and it's the moon hour. But where's the moon right now? Did it already enter Scorpio? No, it's in Libra, 26 degrees. Libra 26, 27 is Gemini, Taurus. Libra, Venusian moon energy with the Taurus degree, 26, first quarter. Values, Moon in Libra, 3rd deacon, 4th deacon, 4th swords. It's time to put this shit to rest, for real. Whatever this is, it's time to put it to rest. And it has to do with a one-on-one partnership. A significant one. Show me. A significant one indeed. 26 comes out, and the moon is in Libra, 26 degrees. Heart chakra. It has an effect on your heart chakra big time. Connection, emotional balance. And we're talking about this moon and being in Libra, 26, 27. There's a lack of stability, a lack of harmony. It's not fluid. It hasn't been. So with the connection that hasn't been fluid and it's sitting within you, it's basically just sitting within you. It's in a toxic way. It's time to release that toxic waste. 89, August 9th could be significant. 98. Yeah, each and every one is accountable for his or her own healing. And it seems that someone is going beyond themselves to keep something together that's making them fall apart. 3055 on a timer. Yes. Keeping something together. 30 is strength card here. Keeping something together by not saying something. With this blue showing up. And with Mercury and Leo at 8 degrees, wow, the way that just even, okay. $9:39. The way that just even came out before I was about to say something. 8 degrees in 19 minutes. And this is 19. Someone is certainly a Leo. Leo, Aquarius dynamic. Oh, shit. Okay. Leo. Leo. Sun, moon, especially Leo rising. Natal or progressed. While Pluto is in Aquarius. My love, be very mindful of who it is that you have around you, because people may be posing as they are there to support you, but when you have Pluto in the sign that is on the opposite end or the reflection of your sign, Leo, that means there's going to be a lot of situations where it's going to feel as though people are against you. You may notice that initially at the start of some sort of partnership or going to some sort of environment, or this plays out in a way where it's low key, then it gets real high key in terms of, oh, they really not fucking with you. They really against you, but they moving as though they want to be around you. So just be very mindful of that. No one is excluded. When I mean no one is excluded, Leo, family, quote unquote, people that you have as friends. It was just 33:22 on the timer. People as is for the, yeah. While Pluto is in Aquarius. Yes. Yes. That's a whole life cycle for real. An entire life cycle. Speaking of Pluto. Because that's until 2044. Something to be, worried or scared of. Is just be aware. Very aware. Okay. Make sure any connection you step into, it's emotionally balanced. So you're gonna have to really you know, sit with yourself and reflect on what is emotional balance for you. So that way when you encounter something and it's not, you know what's up. Okay? It's a long time. The Death card. Scorpio. We were just talking about Pluto. Four of Swords. We mentioned this as well. This is what I was talking about in terms of it's time to put that to rest. The third deacon of Libra. Where the moon is right now in the sign of Libra at 26 degrees. It's the third deacon. The third deacon of these 2, 3 to 4 swords. This is the card that would represent the energy of where, you know, your emotions and connection to memories is, especially things of the past, especially those things of the past that is suppressing, you know, that's been suppressing you in lifetimes, lifetime after lifetime, and it's back here in this energy, moving in a way to distract you the way it has in other ages, but now it's time to put that to rest. Because a lot of truth is being uncovered with this here Neptune in Aries. Because the last time it was in Aries was 165 years ago. So that in itself, you could be speaking about a generation or two in regards to what it is that is flowing within you as far as ancestral programming. You're at the reset right now. As of the 30th of March, the collective has been placed at a reset when it comes to seeing themselves as their imagination. What it is that they imagine and becoming that. You know, so it's a big one. And it, you know, plays a major role for the next 14 years before it goes into Taurus. So sometimes people go through situations and feel as though they've been in a particular cycle for so long. And when you are aware of what these cycles are, you can know, okay, this is a reset of what you just experienced. And knowing that this is a moment of a reset, you can make a lot of changes where you're not repeating that cycle for another 10, 14, 20 fucking years. This is literally the time that we're in right now. This is the essence of energy that the collective is in at this time. Where you're being given the go as far as you can make these type of changes and you will be cosmically, energetically supported to move forward with it. Didn't really mention people. Because the first responder of your support is going to be the energies coming from the cosmos that is literally revitalizing you. Okay. I do hear myself talking though. So clarify what it's time to put the rest here in regards to this transformation. Wow, another 4. And then we have the Empress. We'll get to that. Ace of Swords and the 4 of Cups, Moon and Cancer energy. So this is clarity about what it is that you have been holding on to, which was not allowing you to receive this new beginning from the cosmos, from source, this new fresh cup. Being very clear and just about what it is that you have been, you know, powering through when it comes to ignoring the facts of whatever this is that you constantly kept going back to over and over and over again. Wanting to communicate the way you felt about a situation when the conversation should have been primarily with yourself. Because whomever this is that you've been communicating with, for one, is preventing you from receiving this new cup, this new beginning of unconditional love that is involved with unconditional love, and connecting yourself with things that are quote unquote love, but they're not, because love only came through what you would do for another and what they would do for you. It was never just what love actually is, unconditional. And now you're ready to face the truth. You better be ready to face the truth, at least. Because even your old self has to literally go through a major transformation, has to go through a death process. This would be the energy of an ego death too, I would say. An ending to the way you would see balance in your life based off the faith you had. Where did your faith come from? Jupiter and Libra. Where did your faith come from? And by you allowing yourself to see the truth of a situation when it comes to your emotions and connections to memories as it relates to the maternal side, the mother, you know, the way you were brought up, your roots and things of that nature, coming to the truth of it is now going to help you to get to the point where you are able to manifest effortlessly, because this Empress energy also reflects Venus. So the moon energy right now is very significant. Why? Talk to us. Talking to them. Wow. Something that used to be far is closer. Distant horizons showing up in reverse. A 9, an ending. Yeah, because of the judgment you're making, decisions are having to be made. Fuck. Why did I say that? Because this portal ain't nothing to play with. Neptune going back into a sign it hasn't been in for 165 years. That literally has to do with or influences the way people move in life spiritually, which now influences the way one moves in the practical or in the physical. A start of a restart of an entire 14-year cycle. That if someone's been struggling with a certain habit that they've had of escapism, what they would do just to escape. Because Neptune and Pisces is escapism. Pisces did come out. So if people have been battling with alcohol, weed, whatever, things of that nature, and just suppressing the way one feels or connecting to these things in order to have emotional balance, it's time to really go within and reflect and ask yourself, what started that? If you're using these substances to balance out your emotions, it's time to get to where that started at. 444 on the screen right now. Because with these two together and not addressing that, this is not a game. Because this is also a card of a funeral here too. not scare anybody. It's just making you aware. 444 was on the screen, and 44 is showing up here quite frequently. 444 is right here. 13, 4, and 4. 144. Raise your frequency. Okay. Some of you don't have to talk to people to fix them. The fixing you may want to do when it comes to your loved ones, it happens through you. The fixing you want to do when it comes to the people that you love dearly, you're the one, you're basically that motherboard. Well, this message right here is for the one who is the motherboard, that when you shift, your energy literally travels through those that you love, and the changes happen that way, not through your talking. It's deeper than your action speaking for itself. Much deeper. Because now you're bringing in the architectural codes that's going to literally shift the foundation of your bloodline. Architectural codes through the way you process information, the conversations that you're having with yourself, that's going to restructure your bloodline. That's 7 generations before and 7 generations after. That's who I'm talking to. If that's not who you are, I don't know how the fuck you found this channel. Because when you call yourself that chosen one frequency, there are things you have to do that you're not going to receive the recognition and reward the way you expect. And you see how this person is standing on this podium alone. What's around this energy are pillars and pyramids, not people. Because the level of transformation you are going through and what it is that you are putting to rest, there's that. Bruh. Message for these warriors. Wow. Inspiration, 46 ideas. Spark. Are you telling me? 46, 10 is time. You're the one to complete this here. Motivation is internal. Inspiration is external. You're the one with the willpower. Slow and steady. I'm speaking to the warrior, but you are evidently an ancient warrior. Turtle, 13. And the number 30 again. 10, 30, 13. Obviously, galactic signature vibes. What is it? What's the galactic signature today? The red planetary dragon, Kin 101. Well, shit. I perfect in order to nurture. Sweet dreams are made of dreams. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. That is literally the song for this. We playing it. Because You should watch that video. It is certainly significant to this energy. Throat chakra, yes, sound. And desires, goals, passion, craving, fulfillment. The next song is called Russ Losing Control. Why did the collective lose control? Aquarius, literally, why did collective lose control? The stars didn't align. You didn't recognize the energy that you were embodying, what your role is. You didn't remember your role. You did not remember the role, so you were more focused on fixing everyone else instead of allowing each one to be accountable for themselves. Up this level of shame because you believed the label they placed on you. Now here's the thing, whether it's the truth, this is coming across as something that has happened long ago. Long ago could even be yesterday. You rose up this rising, which means it's a new lucid moment. And to carry the past energy, it's a choice that one makes. If you're in a position to attain forgiveness, forgive yourself for whatever you may have said, forgive others because that forgiveness is for you, because as long as you are holding on to that bitterness, that anger, that frustration, it's just going to continuously block you. And this is not the time you want to be repeating a cycle for another 14 years because your imagination is blocked out from the truth of what it is that you desire to do because you're not fully connected to all that is, and that's having to do with love. As long as you're holding on to anything that's placing you in this vibe of being frustrated, bitter, angry, you really not experiencing love. You can't even love anybody if you're still holding on to any of that shit from the past. So some of you have to get accustomed to, allowing people to go about where they gotta go about. For some of you, these are close relatives that you are having to release. Go through that journey of forgiveness. It doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation either, because it seems as though that's been the problem, depending on how close that connection is. Seven of Cups, Venus and Scorpio. 10 of Cups. Yeah, certainly something to do with family here. You could be dreaming about these family members too recently in regards to what's sitting in your subconscious mind of what has to be released. And you're going through the same emotions within the dream state as well. Three of Wands, Aries, literally Aries energy. What's this that's on the way? Based on where you are at subconsciously. Bottom of the deck, card of something on its way to you. What is this? Based on where you are at subconsciously, what's coming in? What's this that's coming in? Moon in Libra. Two of Swords. Mental conflict. So where you are at subconsciously reflects what's coming next, and it's mental conflict. Now, whatever that mental conflict is, this is what, based off of that transmission that you all heard, if you haven't, it's the Mercury hour Neptune transmission in connection to the Neptune retrograde, that you are being asked to release anything that is having you in this space of guilt or shame, so you can walk away from it once and for all. Because Saturn will also be going back into the sign of Pisces while Neptune is retrograde. So you're going to be given this chance to really go back and reflect on these things that when you are in a position to step into your power, there's still something that's holding you back from doing so. These things are now coming up to the surface. Allow it to. Address it. Stop sweeping that shit under the rug. Get it? You know, people go through certain things, but that's what one is doing. Going through. Go through it. Don't stay there. Go through it so you can come out of it. People tend to go through things and continuously repeat what has occurred, not knocking you for anything that you may have experienced. But again, the way my channel is set up and the way my messages are set up, I'm not here to, you know, coddle you and say it's okay. No, it's not okay for you to still be sitting in that fucking energy, for real. Blaming self, blaming others, let that shit go. Not rushing the process of your healing, but don't pause it either. You know what I'm saying? It's pausing it by waiting for somebody to apologize. Even if you some. So I'm also getting that some are saying, oh, no, I don't need an apology. But still subconsciously, you're still looking for it. Energetically, at least. Because there's a lack of forgiveness there. That's what this is saying as well. Unable to make the proper decision. Mental conflict. Because something didn't go as planned that was supposedly an emotional fulfillment. Or this could even have to do with where you are at in regards to, some of you are literally on the bridge between your inner child and the version of you right now. That's what this is symbolic of. It looks as though it's a family, but this is the masculine and feminine of your inner child, the masculine and feminine of the version of you now, the more mature version. With the 10 of Cups, Mars in Pisces is indicating where are you willing to take action based off of the truth of who you are within your gut, within your soul, okay? And aligning that with your beliefs. Where are you cut from the truth of yourself because of escapism? What actions are you taking to escape from what it is that it's time for you to address? Mars in Pisces. Very quick to, you know, suppress one's feelings rather than reflecting on them to really get to the root of it, to finally walk away from the situation because you know it no longer serves you. The situation could be physical, emotional, spiritual. Again, being here on this channel means you are the one who is designed to rebuild your bloodline through the way you process your thoughts and emotions. You're here to rebuild the structure of your bloodline through the way you process your thoughts and emotions. You are here to restructure the foundation of your bloodline by the way you process your thoughts and emotions. Ain't none of that shit had anything to do with anybody outside of you. Because this type of information, the way these messages come through with all these different technologies, is not for a person that's going to be sitting here misusing it. Unfortunately, some do have to cross my path of misusing this level of technology because they're in this space of judgment now. Let me go to Atlantic spread. love you, but the foolishness, nah. The foolishness having to do with something similar to taking the fool's journey, but not exactly. Because the fool's journey is the journey of the major arcana. It's the journey of aligning with one's cosmic blueprint. The foolishness, that's that bullshit. Fronting, acting as if one is doing that but not doing, you're gonna hurt yourself. You gonna fucking hurt yourself. I'm not laughing at you, but fuck it, whatever. You're gonna hurt yourself fucking around. Yeah, something here about family. It's time to complete the cycle. You're the cycle breaker. 21, the world card. You are the cycle breaker of all this karmic loop your whole bloodline has been in. Cause shit, you asked to be here. The energy I'm picking up on, you asked to be here. Just to do just that. And if you ain't asked to be here, no, fuck all that. Nah. That shit is an excuse. That shit is a fucking excuse. Current energy, Saturn and Leo. Obstacles and challenges. 5 of Wands. There's a lack of discipline when it comes to what you love to do. And it also is being reflected back to you in your quote-unquote soulmates or these partnerships you've had. Because of the lack of healing of the inner child, Saturn and Leo. What's the obstacle of this current energy here? What's the obstacle of this current energy? There it is. Mental conflict. Mental conflict because of what you would have to let go of or what has to change. Mental conflict because you are already sensing what is going to change and the sense of emotional loss you're getting from it. Subconsciously, from a higher perspective, because this is at the bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups, Mars and Scorpio, this emotional loss is literally a purge of energy that is being sent back to source to be regenerated. Mars and Scorpio. Being sent back to source to be regenerated. Which this is also letting me know that this type of change is going to happen regardless. The way you react or respond to it is up to you, but it's going to be released regardless. And it's happening right now because this is a moon in Libra card. The moon is in Libra as we speak. This video had the XX, which is 20, judgment. stay true is on somebody's shirt. By any means necessary. The collective I'm speaking to, by any means necessary, you are going to remain true to yourself, even if that means having to drag you by your shirt to put you back on track, to put you back in alignment. That's because you are loved, witnessed, and supported. It's on some, later on, you're going to look at this situation on some, yo, thankfully it happened the way it happened, because you wouldn't be in the position you're in now type of energy. At the basis of it, come on now. Stepping into your authority, stepping into your power. For some of you, that means you're going from working a 9 to 5 or working for somebody to working for yourself. For some of you, the reason why you're working for yourself is solely because of whatever this situation is, you're still holding on from the past. It's blocking you from creatively flowing and being in your true essence. Also having to do with expressing your truth. However that expression comes out, whether if it's through art, through music, through expressing yourself verbally, through dance, whatever, through healing others. Three of Wands again, showing up. Partnerships and alliances. Subconsciously, you're already bringing in partnerships and alliances. What's at the heart of it? Because you've been, okay. This, I love to see this together. As far as what's going on subconsciously is that what's being brought in, it has a lot of alchemy involved, turning nothing into something, but there's a lot of balance here as well. And it's in connection to higher learning, with this being a Sagittarius vibe. What's in the immediate past of this vibe? There's something some of you are here to innovate in regards to Isaac Newton. The Lover's card, Gemini. What's in the immediate past is a decision. So what's going on now it's reflecting a decision that has been made in the past. What about this? Let me see who's at the bottom. Oh, shit. The universe. What song is this? Because this video looks quite familiar. Let me go to the YouTube so I can see the whole thing. Angel of the Rising. A decision you made about your dream. A dream you have. Just call me the angel of the morning. Lucifer, morning star. Venus. This has to do with your throat chakra. A decision you made to speak realigns you with your dream. Even if it's just a small step, that small step was very significant. Look at this shit, yeah. That small step was very significant because what's happening in the immediate past is influencing what's going on right now. Your current situation, Saturn and Leo. Overcoming a challenge when it comes to your inner child that also changes what it is that you enjoy doing, what you love to create. Also changing the trajectory of the type of people that you align with, especially when it comes to matters of love. 621. Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer. Some of you could have Venus in Cancer. Cancer this season is very significant because the next song is called Why, and then the song after that's Queen of Hearts, which is Queen of Cups energy, which is Cancer. You're the one that's in the position of starting something new for the bloodline, especially on the maternal side. (10:22) on the time right now. Neptune goes back into Pisces. You can't make this shit up the way it's aligned. It just bam, 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 bam. What the fuck? Who will you become when your dream no longer obeys your ego? Especially the decision you made in the past has to do with your dream. Who will you become when your dream no longer obeys your ego? Because this Neptune retrograde is going to peel the illusions about personal ambition and what your desires are for security and what you consider stability. The only dreams that are going to survive this transit of Neptune in retrograde are the ones that are emotionally authentic. So who will you become when your dreams no longer obey your ego? So wow. You know how it's been stating that what is considered a celebrity is changing? This is the transit between now and December of that change coming to fruition, especially with the ruling planet that has to do with that level of legendary. Neptune, well, Pisces is considered the sign of the legend because it embodies all signs. But the fact that Neptune is going back into that and ending its retrograde phase in the sign of Pisces at 29 degrees, that is a Leo degree, which is the degree of generational wealth. Usually people with those type of degrees in their charts are destined to be extremely wealthy. Spiritually, first and foremost, okay? That also translates into the physical. And the wealth I'm talking about, it's generational wealth, minimum 7. Shit, the way that shit's set up, 14 to 21 generations. It's you're looking at a legit dynasty per se. A builder of a dynasty. So look at this as the portal where if you lacked any sort of remembrance of your powers, your gifts, your abilities as to the way to attain that without overworking yourself and effortlessly getting there, this is the portal to do it. From now to December 10th. Really bringing up all that shit that's putting you in this space of shame. Guilt or shame, precisely those two. Because the guilt blocks your portal of creation, your sacral, and shame blocks your gut instincts, where your power comes from, where your expression comes from, your solar plexus. So whatever ancestral programming has been going on at least the past 165 years that is sitting in yo bada bing bada boom, that needs to be cleared out, clear that shit out. Tell me more about this decision in the past. 1028. That's 1028 on the clock right now. And we talking about, well, that you know who birthday that is, whose solar return that is. The Bill Gates person. Now, just in the sense of the name itself, it's a gate of Saturnian energy. Bill, it's a Saturnian gate. It's a gate of time, a timekeeper. It's also the gate of having power over time. Okay. This is a space where you master your spiritual side. Okay. What was this here in the past? 6-6. I love to see it. You made a decision because of some sort of clear inner knowing that just zapped right on through you. You think this shit is a game? Awareness, magician. What's behind this? Prosperity begins, the Ace of Pentacles. 2012 is significant too. Same energy is occurring right now. Now, Neptune going back direct is going to be happening in the sign of Sagittarius. So, career-wise, this is literally going to assist you all, okay, to bring forth what you came here to share as far as your wisdom. But you only gain that wisdom and higher intellect after you do what? Go through the obstacles and challenges. That is Saturn, but Saturn is also time. You all right, baby. Go through the gate. Go through the gate. Going through the gate means go through whatever the fuck it is you gotta go through that is having you feel as though, why is this still happening? What is this karmic lesson? Da, 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 da. It's designed for you to go through so you can grow up. Why am I seeing that? Crown. Yeah, I'm doing the Neptune transmission tomorrow. This is fucking wild. Just talked about it going direct Sagittarius season, and the sun will be in Sag 19 degrees. Yeah, 8:44:44. Okay, Spirit. Come on, Source. What's at the forefront of your mind here, collective? It seems as though this has to do with your destiny, your purpose, your career. What needs to be let go of is any type of issue you have with the Father. Leo's been strong in this reading. Remember, you are the one that is reestablishing, restructuring the foundation of your bloodline through your emotions and your thoughts. So this could even be you reparenting yourself, which is also reparenting your parents, whether they're here in this realm or they have transitioned. The energy is still in alignment, okay? Conflict and defeat, 5 of Swords. Yeah, feeling conflicted about your career, a father issue, a father wound. Feeling mentally conflicted and defeated when it comes to taking action towards what it is you enjoy. It's as if you only have time to do what you have to do. You never had the time to do what you desired to do. Why is that? What are they holding on to? Saturn and Pisces, Saturn and Pisces. You already know this shit no longer serves you. You're still holding on to it. Whatever this belief you have, throw that shit away. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Whoever, stop wanting to get the last word. Wanting to get the last word. High Priestess. Holding on to something that occurred due to religious-based beliefs. This is an energy of someone being exiled that needs to be let go of. Because that is exactly what was supposed to alert you and turn you on towards your purpose. In terms of you believing in what you know. Especially if you were exiled for it. If not, the other side of it would be you carry a code of your ancestors that were. And what is blocking you from truly connecting to, fully embodying fully embodying your purpose is not wanting others to see you a certain way. Because of what it is that you are choosing to go towards, others may not disagree with it. Let me tell you something. That heart that's beating in your body is beating because it's keeping you in this realm to fulfill that purpose. And it will gladly stop not doing this shit to scare anybody. But come on, let's get to it. It will literally stop operating to assist you to get towards what you came here to do. You don't need to keep repeating the same cycle that people before you have been doing because they were afraid of what somebody else would say. Let's liberate these bloodlines now. Let's clear up this energy. Yeah, coño, puñeta. With the Magician. Three of Cups and the Empress, 133. Divine guidance surrounds you now. Yo, why am I picking up 1942 now? That era. Somebody could be a veteran. You're holding on to not walking away from what would have you tap into your higher self. Explain. You're holding on to what would have you walk away from tuning into your higher self. Knight of Swords, it came out in reverse. Wow. So Knight of Swords is Gemini energy, and Gemini is also in your immediate past here. This could be a sibling, a situation you have with a sibling. What is this comparison? Because that level of comparison is what's blocking one's expression. So there's something that you are destined to do. You were given a gift and favor to do. And it may include you expressing yourself or stating certain things that you may not want to state because you have loved ones that may feel some type of way. That shit is none of your business. The way others are going to feel, it's none of their business, because you will be liberating their ass. They're not too aware of what it is that you have to do to liberate their ass in the process. With this Eight of Cups, High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, and by doing so, you're blocking your finances. Worried about what somebody else got to say. Because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But you would suppress your truth and make yourself sick or unwell to not hurt someone's feelings. Here's the thing. Technically, you can't hurt someone's feelings. What actually happens is, wherever the person is and whatever is stated, where they are at in matters of their life experience and the way they respond to it is up to them. So if they feel hurt about something you said, and again, where your intentions were nowhere near that, and you absorb whatever this pity party and projection they want to throw at you, that's on you now. But when it comes to something that's being expressed and someone feels some type of way about that, you gotta learn to brush that shit off, especially if what you are actually doing, because they can't see it at that moment, to let it go. It would be best for you to let it go so you can focus on what you came here to do. They'll get it later. If not, at some point. But when, it's not up to you. When they get it, it's not up to you. Because obviously there's something here that's going in one ear out the other anyway. Yeah, this is not cool. Holding on to, yeah, it's not. Five of Wands is sitting here at the bottom of the deck, and this is the card of your current situation. I don't want to see this type of shit going on here. This is not okay. This is someone completely ignoring their intuitive life path, you know, their connection to source, just not to be in opposition with someone. And what you have to say is the truth. Even more so, if that's the case, if that is the experience, that should be a clear indication that whoever this person is that you're unable to speak to and tell them the truth, they don't even need to be around you. For one, the word need to come the fuck out too, okay? But the fact that it's even coming up, it's extra lack. It's extra built up of lack. Lack of all things that are great. Should never allow yourself to be around a frequency that can accept the truth, or at least listen. Allow people to be where they are. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. That's what it said. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Literally, trying is an insult to doing. It's either you're going to do it or you're not. You've attempted to do it, shit didn't work, move the fuck on. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. 22:44 on the time. What's next? 10:44. Somebody can have an English accent. Just heard that. Can I have one more for the crown? What's at the forefront of collective foundations and achievements? More family energy showing up. There's a lack of identity because of what you feel as though you can't do for your family. Heart chakra. That's grief. That's connected to grief. So there's this energy of somebody playing the role of, if you do what you're supposed to do, they play that card of, oh, so when I leave here on this planet, you're gonna be crying this, that, or whatever. You're gonna be sad because it. Excuse me. So we really got to start giving people that energy of, well, when you get there on the other side, we'll have a better conversation. See if anything else is said after that shit. The fuck? Anyone who says that obviously has issues with their root. A lack of security, a lack of stability, a lack of deep basic trust. Can't sit with themselves long enough to reflect on why they need external things so much to assist them. Not so much, not in the sense of a system in that way, but more so where their happiness resides in what someone else can do for them. They really can't tap into that love for themselves. And it's only reflected to them that they have love for themselves depending on what someone is doing for them outside of them. What's happening next? What's this immediate future energy here? It landed right on top of the Emperor. Oh, wow. Well. The release of attachment or a situation of reattaching oneself. The crown chakra. A connection to the world beyond. Timeless, spaceless. What is the subconscious doing? Wow, would you look at there? Well, yes, indeed, a connection to the beyond. Timeless and spaceless with the intuition, the high priest is showing up again. And the high priestess showed up after the 8 of Cups. So, back to the matter at hand. You're going to be placed back on track regardless. Because you're the one with the code. You're the one with the key energy. You're the one with the code. You're the one with the key. So you have to rebuild that strength in terms of aligning all the chakras where all the lights come on. Boom, 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 boom. Ready. The structure of your bloodline, the livelihood of your bloodline is dependent on you. So you can't be out here playing soft. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I'm just saying, because if you're the one with the key, the codes to recalibrate from an electrical standpoint, the frequency of your bloodline, you can't be out here fucking around with people who don't get it, who don't understand that. And you don't have to be out here forcing people to understand you either. Just do what you came here to do. Just do what you came here to do. Walk through the door to spirit. This card is deep. An entire resurrection. Speaking of the key, an entire you're the one with the come the fuck on. You're the one with the strategy. Archangel Raphael also here to assist you. You're the one with the key to token. Forget all this envy shit. You're the one. This is an issue here. This is the issue here. You got the woman and man that holds the coin, which would be the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus energy. This having to do with structure, authority. This having to do with values that leads into material security, starting first with emotional security. In the midst of that, what is pulling you apart from even bringing these two together, the masculine and feminine within you, is whatever this envy, judgment, this envy that's going on around you. It's time to make a decision, judgment about that. Because if not, it's going to continuously block your sacral chakra. You have this strong passion and desire to want to assist people, but you want to assist first. You're going to do a lot more assisting yourself and recalibrating this foundation of your bloodline than you are thinking that you would do by fixing someone and telling them what to do. You do it. You do it first. You do it first. Because as I mentioned before, this is deeper than, action speaking for itself. It's coming from a much deeper space right now. We're talking about the electricity that gives life to the nerves in your body. As to why the heart is doing something so simple as that's literally how simple some of y'all life, you have to see your life as at this point. That simple. If there's too much shit going on, you have to cut that shit out. Your life should be that simple. Because it's through that simplicity and the stillness where the codes can actually unlock. If you're sitting here all over the place with your, with all these different levels of distraction, you have a mission that no one is going to understand, and that's more than okay. You're better off that way. You're better off that way. Once you recognize what that means to be a chosen in regards to your bloodline and no one understands you, and you truly have an understanding of what it means to be a chosen one, you're going to prefer that people don't understand you because you'll have a smoother process of doing everything that must be done in order for the recalibration to actually take place. There's a reason why you can withstand what you experience and why others can't. It's not about someone being better than another. Nah, fuck all that. It's more so everybody's moving, right? Everybody's driving, but you got this destination, they got that one. That simple. Literally, Archangel Raphael surrounding you here with the strategy to walk through the door to spirit. This is literally an entire shift of someone walking through the door of spirit where the old version of you no longer exists. Because that wasn't even really you. So it never actually existed. So you're walking through the door to spirit with this strategy of Archangel Raphael giving you the keys and codes to heal that heart chakra. Which now means in going, you know, being able to go towards and through that bridge, as you saw in the Ten of Cups that we was describing earlier, now you're being able to bridge the energy of the inner child going on this journey with you, which opens you up to beyond the beyond of imagination, because it's the child that has this wonderful sense of imagination. But if you still are going through these wounded womb states of energy, then you're literally suppressing that inner child so much so that it's non-existent. And some of you, since you were a child, you were envied by those that were supposed to be your caregivers. But I want you to recognize yourself right here in this moment, right now. Once again, the fact that you even over here on this channel. They saw something in you but could not express or even explain what that is. And that's okay. That's where that statement really kicks in, that verse of forgive them for they know not what they do. Because you carry the Christ code. You carry the crystal codes. You have to be a true God, a goddess to carry that. Because you recall, you remember. That's the initiation, is the remembrance of what you came here to do, your purpose. And what's at the forefront of the mind of the collective, from what I'm seeing here, has to do with your purpose, and your family's also involved. You really want to rebuild a foundation so that everyone is being able to achieve what they want. But you are gonna have to take this journey dolo for a bit. You're going to have to go on this. You want to go on this ride by yourself for a bit. Yes, yes. And again, it's better off that way. So you're not so distracted and missing certain portals and significant shifts that allows you to, you know what I'm saying, move through that a little bit faster than if you weren't aware. You're being brought a lot of wisdom here, and knowledge, understanding, and spiritual connection and bliss. This is what's next. The activation of the crown is the activation of your mind's eye. That light that comes on puts you in a state of bliss. What's the energy here for the crown chakra, for what's coming next here for this wonderful, marvelous collective? Y'all the energy they write movies about. I might as well would have just left the cards out. There it is. With this, again, showing up. After you saw me shuffle these fucking cards. With Metatron, who's also assisting you with clear inner knowing. The music. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Hello? Stay on your path. Stay on your path. There ain't multiple doves in here. It's just one. You're that one. It only takes one. Y'all hear that often when it comes to raising the vibration. It only takes one. It's just the dove of purification. You're going through a serious purifying here energy. Which means you're walking through a doorway. You have to trust in the unknown. Angels and spirit guidance. What a boom book like that one here, so. What do you mean? What's this? Retreat and recharge. So that way you can bring together the masculine and the feminine. Sri Yantra. The symbol back here, 111, 28. Yup, 111, 28. That's a 10. 111, 11, 11. Which is this right here, 4 wands. Come on, get it. Come on and get it. Mars is in Virgo. This is the Virgo card. So moving with precision, taking action with precision. The action of Mars in Virgo is not loud and boastful either. That shit is on some analyze and make a move. And that move may even be quiet. In solitude. You see what I'm saying? How this is deeper than you say it anything to anybody? And the recalibration of your bloodline? The actual architectural codes that are rebuilding the foundation of your bloodline is through your emotions and your thoughts. And it's best for you to go on your own because solitude and stillness is the way this is being activated. And in that video of the song I was just singing, there's an opening of the mind's eye in that video too. So some of you are so distracted with work and things that you have to do. You're on a go, 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 and you're tired. You don't take naps. Or you don't at least allow yourself to rest and sit for a bit and be still. And your body is giving you all the signals to do so. You're missing pertinent information as to when you're being cued to go rest or be still. Some of your bodies are going through a massive upgrade. And when I mean massive, I mean the miraculous things that people read about in scriptures, you're being given the ability to do so. Whether if it's just through your physical presence, whether if you are nearby or over yonder on West Bubble fucking shit, or if you just allowed yourself to tap into what you came here to do, something that simple. It whatever the fucking word is, it goes through this entire planet. Especially reverberate. Yes. Someone just said it and I heard you. And gratitude. 114 on the thing. Especially with Uranus closing out, being in Taurus and going into Gemini. It's the electricity that's flowing through the earth. It's just moving. It's speeding up because Uranus is about to go into Gemini, so it has to move faster. So this is why you're having this surge in your body. Some of y'all can feel that shit. You probably over here thinking you tripping or some shit, but no, you fine. May all be well. Make sure, okay? 11444. This ain't medical advice. We gotta say certain things. The energy is speaking. All right. So, tell me more, angels and ancestors, for what's next here, because this is some serious stuff. What's next? Shit. You stepping into the all-knowing. Trust first being tested to trust the unknown, to be trusted with all-knowing. If you lose your shit in the unknown process, that all-knowing shit gonna make you tap the fuck out. Which is an opening, which from what I'm seeing has happened. However, there's a situation presenting itself, causing a challenge, having some of you in this sort of mental conflict, specifically having to do with your career. And this conflict that you're having is more so connected to what people have been telling you, or this is to this, or this is to that. Tell them to mind their business. And you go mind your own. Okay? What's this? Trust and thrive. The stag with the triskele, with the air symbol in the back and shit. And then you got the antlers that's going up towards source, up and out. Yeah, yeah. The bringing forth of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, spiritual connection, and bliss. Your connection to the greater world beyond, to a timeless space, place of all knowing. Trusting and thrive. Can you be trusted with all-knowing information? Many can't, because they'll misuse it. But not to worry, that's also why I'm here too. To catch that ass. Just by being present. I ain't got to do shit. All I got to do is be present. Oh, you misuse. Oh. Infinite creative all. See through my eyes. See through the skin. Sense through the skin. Recalibrate the energy. It's that simple. Ain't gotta do shit else. Ain't gotta do nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Choose your path. Direction guardian. Well. 11:05 on the time. 6 of Cups, which is Sun in Scorpio energy. Lilith is in Scorpio. Transformation sips and keeps me up. Sleeping, thinking, trippy, dreamy, and awake. With another low-key revive. Why do I resent those that interrupt my calmness? You'll only resent them when you're still tethered to them or connected to them, in terms of the way you would feel regarding why are they even interrupting. And what is it that, not so much what is it, but are you in a position currently where you really can't control the environment that you're in? Basically what I'm getting to, this would indicate, well, it's time for you to be in a space on your own so you're not interrupted. Simple as that. Make the adjustments. And release that resentment. Because if you're going through a level of transformation and there's resentment that's blocking the heart chakra, and you're not going to make it in terms of the transition that's happening. Just keeping it real. Any type of negative, low vibrational frequencies, fear, resentment, guilt, shame, grief, attachment, lies, all that shit got to go. Because again, during this transit of Neptune going retrograde back into the sign of Pisces, the question is, who are you going to become when your dreams no longer obey your ego? Yeah, no. So yeah, non-negotiable boundaries. Absolutely, love. Non-negotiable boundaries. That's the way. That's it. That is it. I'm glad you brought that up though, because there was a point in my journey too where I was around people and I had to be there for the moment while I was making the adjustment. So it's a situation of being there, but also making the adjustments. But while there, as everything was being situated, I did what I had to do, even if that meant putting up a sign on the door. If people felt some type of way, I just took note of that. Well, I'm in a position of going through some changes that really can be expressed to anyone else. And as long as I'm seeing that these boundaries that I'm setting, people are feeling some type of way, I'm gonna just check it off my list in terms of not it. At one point, it becomes a, well, you remember when, but then it's just more so, okay, I'm being shown where people are not aware of what this journey is and how important it is for the one who knows to be in their space to do what they have to do. It's on some have a moment, but quickly rise up into a higher vibration where you're going back into retreating and recharging. Because shit moving quick around here. Be the light. Continue to trust the heart. I love owls because the owls truly represent where you are at in resonance to your heart. Be the light even in every situation. Be the light. Meaning, of course, with this flesh, until you develop the frequency to not react to situations, have your moment, but again, quickly get back into what you came here to do in your remembrance of, okay, this is why it has to change now. This is why all of this has to be recalibrated. Because once again, the changes that are being made within your bloodline from the foundation of it all, the codes are being sent through to rebuild it all through the emotions and the thoughts that are flowing within you. Collective, okay? One more. Wait for important information. Yeah, be still. Okay. This doesn't mean non-action either, though. Being still doesn't necessarily mean non-action. Obviously, if when you're being still, there are codes that are being downloaded and uploaded so that way you can move in a new direction. Wait for important information regarding moving in a new direction. Let's get into it. What's the important information to move in a new direction? I'm here. Talk to me. What's the important information? It already happened. It already happened. That card, it's in reverse, but it went towards what has already occurred. A decision to awaken one's inner knowing, clear inner knowing, or the mind's eye. Which means it's one having access from the root to the throat chakra in order to get to this clear knowing. Now, here's the thing. Something may have been rushed. This Neptune retrograde, whatever has been rushed and something is still out of order in terms of the chakras below the mind's eye, utilize this Neptune retrograde to realign that. Okay? Because illusions begin to dissolve in this retrograde from the 4th of July to the 10th of December. Illusions begin to dissolve, not through chaos, but through revelation. Your thoughts are not just personal. They're architectural codes for shaping the future. Emotional intelligence is your compass. Every feeling contains a message. Every feeling contains a message. At the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess for the third show throughout this message, this energy update for the collective. Mastery of your intuition. Harness the mystic power of mastering your intuition, which means discernment. You having discernment in order to trust your intuition. It's time to release inherited roles. It's time to release inherited roles by writing or naming anything that you fear. You are in shame and guilt, resent, angry, whatever. Calling the shadow into the light to unchain the silent truths that's been locked in your bones. Transmission of that Mercury hour. In order to liberate the parts of you still hiding politeness, shame, or ancestral programming. Especially any type of pain you smile through just to not be a burden to someone. Speak the truth of your body, your boundaries, your knowing, even when it might change everything. That is the key here. Speaking the truth of your body, your boundaries, your knowing, even when it might change everything, and let it. What's this? 2 cards. That's what that is then. The decision you made to open up your mind's eye made you clear off any fog, lack of clarity when it comes to where you didn't feel loved or allowed yourself to be loved, to bask in joy and light. Because you have the Heart Guardian and the Summer card that came out in reverse. Is basically you stepping away from, because you are the key to keeping the ecosystem of your bloodline, the life. You are the key to keeping the livelihood of your bloodline. And the decision you made in terms of, getting to know thyself, a clear inner knowing of yourself, it began to really show you, or you allowed yourself to see where, love wasn't love. And that you were moving in matters of quote unquote love in the form of codependency, per se. Codependency could even be where you are attempting to fix someone, keeping them around to help them, building a foundation with someone when you know you shouldn't, ignoring all intuitive nudges that are telling you, you don't need this type of lesson in your life, but the reason why you're going towards it energy. The reason why you're going towards it was what? You felt as though it was victorious, but it wasn't. All it did was lead you into anxiety. Rushing something. Rushing matters of love. And love is not something you rush. It just is. It doesn't have time. It's beyond space and time. That's what makes it so powerful. 21 and 88, 28 and 18, 10, 18, 10, 9, 21. It's a major completion of a cycle. Your North Node and South Node is significant in this type of message. With 88, it's a dragon year, but I'm seeing this more so as the North Node and the South Node. So this, whatever this is connected to you living in your South Node and not living in your North Node. Yeah, challenge. Let me see. Wow. Living in your South Node would literally be that you are missing the clarity of the patterns that are coming through Archangel Uriel. And Ariel. Sacral chakra. And the 7th, the crown. Very intriguing because that is also what's next here for you. Hold up. Okay, the important information just came through there. That was it? Yes, that was it. $46.10 is a completion of a cycle. It's time for them to see it that way. The completion of allowing yourself to step into foundations thinking if it reflected the truth of your identity. The reason why you enter situations where people lie to you or you lie to them is because you've been lying to yourself the entire time. It's a reflection. They only came into your life as a reflection. And what's being offered to you is, in regards to what's happening next, is an opportunity to make that complete change. Archangel Uriel also there, meaning it's time for you to see the pattern. 55 is also why you're seeing that too. 11-19, balancing out the situations with this 11-11 with the 4 wands here in regards to what's crowning your energy. Storms coming through. Storms have already came through. That was an indication of that storm and it's leaving. We have the moon cycle here. The moon right now is in Libra. So when it comes to emotions connected to memories, significant one-on-one partnerships that was even in connection to anxiety because you were forcing something to work out that wasn't even supposed to even be in your energetic space to begin with. But because you were deceiving yourself. You wouldn't be able to see the pattern. 30 came out earlier too with the strength card of that oracle card. Because you were deceiving yourself, you were unable to see that this was not a gate that you were supposed to go through. Something in regards to 7 to 9, 5 to 9, 5 to 9 years of age. 5 to 9 years of age and not feeling appreciated, loved. For some of you, this is a result of many siblings around. And then the daughter romance, 33. This is the 3rd time 33 comes up. Master teacher energy. You're here to guide. You are here to guide others. So you go through situations so that way you can get a gist of what it is that you'll be assisting someone else to guide them out of the situation that you are out of, getting out of, claiming it, out of. Yes, goddess of the moon, 52. Clearing out the cycles. Yep. 52 and 25, 7, 7, and 7. 7, 7, 7. 21. Boom. Which was this here. 21. Victory. Once you complete the cycle. So study your North Node. Because the reason why some of you are repeating something 133, 44 is because you're living in your South Node, which is your past life energy. Simple as that. Yes, it is that simple. Someone over here talking about, but it's hard. This ain't the channel for you to be talking about. Oh, this is hard. You being given so many different tools and resources and ways to going about and figuring out why things are happening. If you want to still complain about this, get off of it. Get off of this channel. Seriously, it's not of your best interest to even be here for real. I'm here to assist, but if you're someone who wants to remain in a situation by complaining, this is not the space for you. And I'm saying that from the kindness and unconditional love and space of my heart, because I understand what my mission is. And anyone who places themselves in this type of space and not make the adjustments, all you're doing is calling a karmic lesson, and a strong karmic lesson upon your life. Again, it's not anything I have to do. It's not anything that has to be done on my part. You are doing it to yourself by not taking heed. Okay? All right. This means releasing an entire community. Okay? That you found yourself thinking that you could be connected to or connected with, but it's time for you to rethink, change the pattern of because the pattern of your thoughts is changing, so therefore your community will reflect that as well. 46, another 10, completion. 7 and the 10, 18, yeah, another cycle. 18 is the moon card. Let's go to your advice. I do this collective because I could be sitting here talking to each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a similar energy, but y'all in here collectively because the intention is bring forth the collective who was here for this message. Even if I ain't planning to go on live. Real shit. I'm here for the masters, okay? All right, advice. It may be a challenge for you to move on, but you're going to be given the keys to do so. Because it's landed in the advice position in the sideways setting, which is showing up as a challenge whenever that happens here. At least that's the way I connect to the message here for you. So the 6 of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. Wow. So here's the thing. It's that stuck between the rock and the hard place type of vibes. This advice is letting you know that you are in a position to retrieve a future timeline and bring it into your current energy, but you're going to have to align the vibrations when it comes to your language, your communication, and your thoughts. Mercury and Aquarius. When you align your language, communication, and your thoughts to the version where all is well, even everyone included, that you felt as though that being present and in the physical is what's going to help them to make the adjustments. When you are in alignment to the language, communication, and thoughts of the highest version of yourself, the most authentic expression of yourself, is when you'll be able to move forward effortlessly out of murky waters into stable waters. Moving on. Now, this is the clarifier for what's happening next, and this is your advice. Basically letting you know that there is a shift of the mind already happening. A shift of the mind and the heart already happening. Oh my gosh. No longer, yeah, you can't even deceive yourself. This is after the 6 of Swords. What you used to do in deceiving yourself, can't do that no more. There's too much electricity that's flowing through you at this point that's literally gonna, even if this means where you feel so uncomfortable you have to rest, that is exactly what was necessary for you to be recalibrated. So now you can start having different thoughts as to the way you're gonna make your next move. More about this advice. Balance. This only comes after a storm. And yeah. I'm speaking to someone who I'm giving the confirmation to. The balance comes after a storm. You already gone through the cycle. Especially, you could have a moon in Capricorn, or you also have gone through your Saturn return. I'm picking up with this. All right. You're much wiser. At least you should be. And if you're going through your Saturn return, it's imperative that you get an understanding of what that means for you, okay? Yeah, I may even open up for Saturn return readings. Tell me more. I'll post it when I do open for that, for the Saturn return chart readings. Temptation, Saturn. Also do it. Seven of Cups vibes. Yeah, that's the advice. To move forward and to balance out the situations may be a little challenging because you might be tempted to stay back in the old version of yourself, literally. Surrender. Surrender obsessive thinking. Love to see it. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. And surrender the idea you can fix someone. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success. You are here for success, love. You are here to accomplish life, attain love, experience love and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Yes, Neptune, I hear you. Now, because I just heard Neptune talking about, do you? Yeah, so I have to tell you this. Even looking into astrocartography, where you are living and what line are you living on when it comes to your planetary alignments. Okay, that's also significant because I dwell on the line of my Neptune because it allows me to tap in even more so, although even if I'm not on the Neptune line, but because I am, I can see very clearly through an illusion. Facts. 11:30. That's my whole solar return right there. Confirming the shit out of it. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but stability within yourself and deep basic trust will further your goals. With surrender to the wisdom of your body. Yeah, express gratitude for all the shit you've experienced because it allows you to tap in. Seriously does. It really does. Especially if you're someone who's into, getting to know more about yourself and everything you experience, you reflect. And in that reflection, you're also setting moments to receive the interpretation just from the natural waves of moving through life, not forcing the flow of the river, but just moving through it. Just moving through it, not forcing anything, just moving through it. A lot of times people are unable to overcome things because they're forcing the situation to, be what they want or need it to be, when that's actually going against them entirely, Picking out a juicer, minding my pen. That is hilarious. Get that juicer. I feel you on that though, because I've really been feeling the vibes of just fruits it is. I mean, I never have an issue with, what I'm consuming nutrition wise, but recently it's just been more so on some, all I really want is fruits. Or I'm okay with not having anything but water. Because there's been lucid moments where I'm rolling through here and I just realized, hold up, all I had was tea and water and coffee. And I actually drink coffee. I'm not one of those who consumes coffee with a whole bunch of sugar. That shit is not drinking coffee. That is sugar beaties. Okay. Surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma, yes, yep. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block, which is better, is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Yes, surrender that motherfucking frustration. And surrender to, see that? That's for you. Sis, be okay. That's for you. That's literally for you. Okay? See that shit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was just talking to you. You ain't yep. Collective. Much love to you, beloved. Surrender to play. Yes. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Now, let's see what's in the environment in regards to why you even got this advice. Now let's get juicy. Okay, let's get juicy here now. What's this? What's going on here? Now, this ain't the blame game. If whatever this is collective in the environment, it's a reflection of what's going on within oneself. That's the only way the shit pops up out there. And get. All right. Fuck is this? Stand in your ground. Fuck. Okay. Wow. So. Okay. Because your advice has to do with moving on. Right? So the energy that's presenting itself, it's literally a reflection of where you are at. Okay. See where you are at internally. Right? And what you're aligning to is being shown in your physical environment as we speak. So the way you stand your ground when it comes to your inner child so that way you can surrender to your passion may also reflect the level of drama you may have to release that may be connected to a habit of people pleasing. Okay? Surrender that shit to spirit, as I said earlier. Hello. Hi, rather. Hell is low. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. You know who this is for? You know who this shit is for? Okay? This is in connection to those who say, I'ma just give it to God, I'ma surrender it, but still go back 2 minutes later and do some shit about it and fuck it up and then wonder why shit is not going the way it's supposed to. I thought you said you was giving it back to source. How the fuck? Controlling the how. You here for the who, what, when, where, and why. The how, leave that shit where it belongs. I promise you shit could be a lot smoother for you. You wanting to control the how. Touche. I love that word, actually. Touche. Shit is funny. You're funny. Rest and rejuvenation, 4 of Swords. Oh, shit. So somebody's finally going to hear no. And going to stand their ground to do what they feel as though is balanced, but it could also be some sort of, hey. It's for horses, right? But horses are strong and intuitive. Some of y'all need to lift. Some of you used to lift weights and you stop. Or something having to do with exercise, you could have Aries highly aspected. Fire energy. Libra too. Show me more about this. What's in the environment? Stand your ground. Stand your ground. When it comes to what's in your environment, stand your ground. Why? What's this? Leo. What's this? Another 7. That gave hot chills, hot flash. I'm not there. That just don't fuzz or I would be, but respectfully, the way this energy being turned up. The Chariot. Now, this speaks to forward movement, but not just any forward movement. It's precise. Divine order. What's in your environment that's going to invoke you standing your ground has everything to do with your next move being your best move. Now, you already told what your next move should be. Move on. What's at the bottom? Firm foundation. Well, for you goddesses, this is a fine specimen, but they're not on your level, unfortunately. And speaking of lifting, okay, there's something that is physically, it appears as though, maybe. But that shit is not a whole ass yes. It's not yes. It's not coming from the, you know what I'm saying? It ain't coming from there. It's coming from where the fuck else it's coming from. Not even it. Where it ain't. It's tempting because the 4 of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn. Capricorn is the temptation card or the devil card. But this is about control. Control yourself. Preppy. Control yourself. What is happening? Cancer with the Leo rising. Well, welcome. Shout out to the fire and the water in the chat. That's literally this, though. This is Cancer and this is Leo. Mars in Leo. Precisely, but. See? Y'all in here. Now. 777 is clear here. There's a completion of a cycle. What's happening next is you're going to a space of receiving knowledge, wisdom, and having a much deeper connection with Source to be in a state of bliss. But what's in your environment is reflecting where you are having to stand your ground because your next move has to be very precise. Explain what is happening here. 21 is the completion of a cycle. This has to do with something that's happened lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Not your birthday being 7/7/74. Shout out to you, honey. Ooh, Uranus goes into Gemini on your birthday, on your solar return. That's yummy. Capricorn with the moon and Leo. Look at y'all, Leos in here. See? Okay. This is what I was talking about earlier. While Pluto's in Aquarius, get highly connected to yourself and being emotionally balanced. Because y'all are literally the target right now. While Pluto's in Aquarius. That's the journey I went through as a Cancer rising from 2008 to 2023. The early parts of 2024. Where you'll have people around you who you're going to see people's true colors, Leo. Yes, you are. And I'm glad you're here. So you don't, you know what I'm saying? Flip your shit. But, because that you are a fire sign. But as it says here, stand your ground, make every move precise. And this precision comes to the way you are connected to your emotional balance. All right? The full new beginning, charting new territories, going on a new adventure. So this is an opportunity presenting itself, which is why you're being advised to move on from wherever you're at right now. Because where you are right now, you just started a new career. Congratulations. Congratulations to you, my dear. Emotional loss. This new beginning is the result of emotions that have been released, disguised as a loss. For some of you, this is actually the loss of a loved one too. But they have completed their cycle in terms of what they're doing in other realms for you. Okay? People wonder why I express myself the way I do. Have quite the journey. Quite the journey. Let's just put it this way. I'm someone who has a Chiron in Cancer in the 12th house. Which means from the very beginning, I didn't even have a chance to breathe for real before shit start hitting the fan. But I'm still grateful for the journey I've had. Even when it comes to 1144. It's the only truth right now. Even when it comes to loved ones transitioning. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I also understand that the collective has been lied to, which is why there's a high level of grief, which is preventing humanity and the collective from tapping into the center that's going to allow them to go through an ascension where you now realize that people who have transitioned aren't necessarily gone. You just have to see them in another dimension. And people may say, well, it's not enough time while you're asleep. You say the same thing when you're awake. It's not enough time. So just flow. Okay? Just saying. Even because when you allow yourself to even raise in frequency, you'll see people who have transitioned that you love dearly, even more so, where you're gonna even feel as though, okay, what the fuck? They're really not gone for real, for real. They're just in this other dimension. But yeah, it's pretty cool once you get to that point. Yeah. But that's what I'm here for, to assist in that manner as well, with having a North Node in Pisces in the 8th house. I'm literally here to dissolve the taboo when it comes to death and things of that nature. You know, so... Which is also why when you hear me express myself a certain way about topics that people feel, well, you should be a little bit more... You don't belong here. You don't belong here. Because I'm speaking to the energy that literally... that lower vibration, or aka a demon that wants to hold on to you and suppress you, have you feeling as though that's it. Nah, bullshit. Tell me more. The environment. Yeah, emotionally withdrawn from situations. Saturn and Pisces, walking away from things that no longer serve you so you can have this new beginning. With patience, this is beautiful alchemy. Yeah, this has been in process for a while. Since when? Give me. That doesn't even matter. That's too low dimensional. Yeah. A train just went on there. But what's this? Expectations, 28. There's some of you that's literally 2008. Oh, well, there's that. Pluto being in Capricorn, destroying a lot of structures. That also helps to uplift the, the collective in matters of realigning or reestablishing what it means to connect first and foremost to one's ancestral roots, being that the reflection of Capricorn is Cancer. And this is also, allowing the collective to step into their power when it comes to their intuitive guidance, especially with Cancer being the archetype of the high priest and high priestess. Literally. Because Leo, you're naturally the star of the show. So it may come across between now and 2044 as though the world is against you. But because you know that now, see it as, okay, cool. I want to see who it is who's actually opposing you, and let it be. It's better off you know than you don't. It's better off for you to know who the false people are than you don't. Everyone that's been wearing the mask, the shit's about to drop. There's a lot of 8 showing up. This is also a prosperous time for you as well. So when you're on this precipice of rising and expanding, obviously there's going to be some form of opposition that shows up. Let it be a reminder. Oh, we in this thing. We rising up. If all this opposition is showing up, use it as weights. It's resistance that's making you stronger, which is also why physically, in the physical sense, you want to apply that too, because it translates into the spiritual beautifully. Privilege one. Okay. The more you trust your intuition, the more you trust your intuition, the more in alignment you'll be, and the more people will see where you are at in terms of your high honor. The way you respect yourself is also going to determine the way others respect you too. So it's not to say that, oh, because possibly that people will be against you, no. If you're unaware of this, and one person does it, 2 people do it, 3 people do it, that can easily put someone within a tailspin of depression. Okay. Thank you. No. Over here making decisions. Okay. So yeah. Let me see what's in this hopes and fears position. What's in the hopes and fears position? I feel as though we're going to come back to that in just a bit. But we're wrapping this up here shortly, okay? What's in the hopes and fears position? I'll also go live on TikTok. It's the same as my handle here. Are any of you from TikTok on here? Or you're just from... You scrolled through and... You saw me. Hi. What's in the hopes and fears? Notice hope and fear. They go hand in hand, because when you're hoping for something, there's a lack of faith. See, I am here to rewire the language and communication of the gods and goddesses, the galactic ones, the ancient ones that have been in such a deep sleep and forgot. This ain't what you want. And this ain't what you want. And this ain't what you want because this ain't what you want because you're out here hoping. Oh, okay, Donald. Welcome, Donald. Y'all don't mind me. Okay? Promise I'm all right. It's a pleasure to have you, Denise. You're most welcome. Oh, shit. Hopes and fears. Don't be afraid to express yourself because you hoping someone won't take it a certain way. New-ish. I feel you. Got it. Now, if you go to the beginning of this message, I mean, it's a long message, yes, because I do a lot of transmuting. I'm a multi-dimensional transmuter. Okay. Josh. Oh, my baby. I love Jazz. Jazz and my beautiful grandmother, my mama, they share the same birthday. Jazz is a royal star. That's literally the royal star energy of Regulus. I love her. From day one, I just love her. Beautiful, beautiful. That's sis from a whole other life, okay? And many lives before. Energetically, I don't play about her. I'm that warrior behind the scenes. I don't play about her. Nope. Welcome. Hopes and fears position is the throat chakra. So don't be afraid to say what you have to say because you're worried about the way someone would feel. That's what this Neptune retrograde transit is going to help you with. Yes. Because this is what started, you know, some of you, the pattern of using certain things to escape and not really address these situations. And just know that by October 22nd, Neptune will be back in Pisces. So this type of energy of escapism could be very strong because it's going to be pulling even more so of the veil off in regards to, well, this is the truth of the matter as to why you're utilizing this or doing this to escape instead of reflecting and addressing it. Call it by its name to remove it. That's the beautiful passage of the Isis Oracle card, Power Over the Seven Scorpions. It's basically a statement that's being said for each chakra and the demon that is in connection to it that prevents the chakra from fully activating in its true authenticity or bliss. Heartache and loss. Three of Swords. Blue energy as well showing up there. Some of you are not saying something because you don't want to be a burden to someone. So let's get into perspective of that. If there's something you have to say to someone and you don't want to because you're you know, you have this fear or worry and you're hoping it'll come across a certain way, step back for a bit and I want you to observe what you have to say, your intentions, and that you're unable to express that to a loved one. And the course of action in that type of situation should be either side is already presenting the opportunity of not being around one another because one another cannot be honest with the other. And be okay with that. And move on with one's lifestyle and way of being. Literally, move on. Okay? Because now what you do is you allow yourself to release that energy, which gives you the momentum to move forward. Now, in the event that there is a reconnection, if it's supposed to lay out that way in divine order, because you've allowed that situation to breathe, The next encounter, again, if there is another encounter, you'll be able to express what you have to say. No longer being burdened about it. It's just you saying it with the deepest intentions of, you know, it's just something you have to say. Or sometimes in those type of situations, is there anything that you're wanting to tell someone to assist them that is actually for you? You know, because I've been accused of having a real reckless mouth. Huh. You know, I'm hilarious. Listen, uh, before I came onto this live, that is literally the thought I had. I said, yeah, people see me and they feel as though, oh, she's cool, she's calm, but just don't test me. Just don't test me. Because there's not enough blacking out the way I would, quote unquote, but ain't not enough of that. This shit might shake up for real. Okay? It might thunder and it's supposed to be a whole sunny ass day if I go the fuck off. But I had to will that shit in by, you know what I do? If I feel as though I have to express myself and overwarn people, I'm just, I don't even do the overwarning. I say shit once, and if it's missed, miss me too. Because the next time it's not gonna be so sweet. It's not. That's that fire sign shit. Aries, quick. Leo, you know what I'm saying? Leo, it's the midpoint. It's the middle one. So it might be impulsive as Aries, but it gives a little. It gives a little. It might give too much, but when the Leo give too much, that's straight up sun power just out there. Sag, we'll wait. But everybody better clear that motherfucking room when we don't wait no more. Everybody getting it. Shit is real with fire. It's but when the end is reached, yeah, very long fuse, which is why a person with the moon in Sagittarius, they're the type to hold on to a lot, and it affects them in a way where now it's affecting, you know, their health. I mean, that's with anybody, but specifically moon and Sag, oh, that's literally the 9 of Wands card in tarot. It's the moon and Sagittarius card, which is about doing something over and over and over, expecting a different result. It's the wounded warrior energy, you know, so that would also be second deacon Sag. So those that are between, let's say, December 3rd and the 12th also carry that energy too as a sun sign. You know, they hold on to quite a bit, and then when they blow up, this shit different. Let's see, what else? Hopes and fears position. Wow, so this is a major decision here in regards to partnerships and alliances. Fear not what you are here to express, because it is your destiny. Sun and Aries energy with this 3 of Wands, it shows up a lot. This is the 3rd time this is showing up. Some of you are literally here to guide and teach, express yourself. Yeah. Oh, we really don't do the holidays over here, love. Just saying. Not the nighty nightmares. Don't get your ass blocked now. Financial material changes. Yeah, see, if you don't express yourself, you're bringing forth the energy of lack. We don't do the fourth stuff. Let me see something. Good. See, I'm telling you, I don't play around with verbiage. Okay. Like, you gotta really, you have to really see the way I express self. We may joke around and think, but I don't play with words. Nightmares. Don't be invoking no nightmares on my collective. Because I will gladly be the boogeyman up in this motherfucker for you. Oh my God, Tom. Show me the outcome. I don't play that because you have to be mindful of what it is that one is reading. When people, I'm alert about all shit that goes on up over here. Nope. I don't got time for it. Victory and success. Talk about it. Yes. Because this is what we're here for. For the love to begin and victory and success in it. Unconditional love. Not the nonsense. See, here's the other thing. As I am assisting the collective to remember, reactivating soul memory, I'm also calling in the energies that are connected and tethered to frequencies that prevent that. And they'll show up here little by little and they'll all get removed. Because the way I'm blocking energies out is not just blocking here on this platform. It's blocking the energy completely out cord-wise. So, cutting it from the root. Simple as that. Simple as that. This is what we hear, fulfillment of wishes. Yes. Infinite gratitude, Denise. Infinite gratitude. Victory and success and fulfillment of wishes is the outcome. When you are not in the space of fear of expressing yourself because you are worried about what someone has to say. Remember, this Neptune retrograde energy is about you liberating the parts you still hide behind being polite or nice that leads into shame or is connected to ancestral programming. All right? So speak the truth of your body, your boundaries, and your knowing, even when it might change everything. Neptune retrograde is peeling back the illusions. The dream is not lost. It is being purified. Whatever you had the vision to dream of as a child before anything tainted you, that is being purified. Literally, it is being purified. Because it's what dwells within the crown. But you can't reach that if the chakras below that are damaged or not active. You feel me? So tomorrow we'll be doing the more in-depth regards to Neptune. I may just do a video just with that, and then I'll do another live with a reading, a message, an energy update. Yeah, see, emotional loss keeps showing up. This is a purification of the emotions that's been released. So you can be the phoenix and rise up from it. And this is getting to the root of the matter with 6-9, the symbol of Cancer, which is also 4th house. You know? Yes. Purifying the version of you were before anyone came in. Solar plexus. Wow. The guts, gut instincts. This is also in connection to shame. So that's the key here. You're worried about, what are you worried about? Because I'll tell you, before you even say anything, here's what I'm going to say to that. If there's any relationship or partnership that you're in, literally this, that is a clear indicator that it's time to give it up. I'm not saying that you're a person who gives up. It's just that has ran its course. Simple. It has ran its course. Because a union that you're going to be in should always be on the level of constant evolution without ever getting into that space. Collective and the humanity has been taught that if you're not struggling, then it's not real. That's the BS that got people sick and not living longer than they should. Okay? That's the honest truth, especially with the way the frequency of the planet is connecting to unconditional love. Not liking things or being in situations of like. If I say like and lie without actually saying it out my mouth, it looks as though I'm saying the same fucking word. And that letter K is 11, which has to do with your vision, the visionary. So as long as you're in this like or liking something, it's in connection also to lying to one's vision of what love is. See how simple that is? You see how so many words are just being used and just being thrown out there without recognizing the frequency it's connected to? You know? So 369 shows up in the outcome. I'm telling you, if you decide to remain here on this channel, just be prepared to shift. And if not, it won't phase me. It won't phase me. I'd rather you respect yourself and where you are at in your journey. Okay? To do what you have to do and what's best for you. But I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm not even here to be anyone's friend. No. That's you know, so unconditional love is always, the intention. Always the intention. Movement, choices, and decisions, transformation. Which is also a card of an ending here, okay? You've been suffering in silence a little bit more. You've been suffering in silence here, Denise. No more. Get back to your heart. It's been, the situation has been worry. Worry literally disconnects you from that. Boom, boom, 2. And it prevents you from, trusting the intuitive nudges you receive. That was 2. High Priestess energy. That situation it's definitely part of your journey so you can master your intuition for real. Yeah. What you thought was love, honey. What I'm saying to you, you're feeling that in your chest. You're nervous about what you have to do next, but you know what to do. That's the truth. You know what to do. You know what to do. Anytime you have to question a partnership, the answer is the question. The answer is the question. Because to question the partnership is already one not trusting your intuition before it makes sense. So the moment you question what your intuition tells you, because it's sudden, it's subtle and sudden whenever the intuition speaks. It's no confusion in an intuitive nudge, none at all. But the moment you reason with it, this is when you step into fear, guilt, self-sabotage, things of that nature, worry, resentment, so on and so forth. So yes, my loves, that is your message for this evening. I will see you on the next live. Know that I'm here to assist you with recovering, reactivating your soul memory. All right. bringing back the beautiful union between the divine masculine and divine feminine within you, so you can effortlessly create and be abundant. And at the same time, throughout these phases, I'm also transmuting the energy of those who are connected to the frequency of blocking out this evolution, because it's not going to be that way on this here time. And the reason also why I say that, I have a Saturn in Capricorn at 1 degree, which means 1 degree is Aries, which means I am Saturn. Okay? Literally. In matters of the 6th house, when it comes to certain habits that people have, of course, I had to go through my journey and recognize it. So you could only imagine the type of ass whooping Saturn gave me through my fucking return. When I tell you, it was the most ethereal yet physical experience. Before that, it was 6 months before it, I would hear this cat meowing all the time, but would not see it. I literally have videos of this. I watched it the other day, the other lucid moment. The month before stepping into it, which would actually, the month before turning 30, which would be coming out of it completely. Stepping in, but coming out of it completely. That cat shows up on my fire escape. Y'all remember Catwoman? When the cat showed up on her ledge and it just stared at her? That's the same shit the cat did to me. It was about one cycle, which is what you call a week. One cycle after that, shit started hitting the fan where people felt as though I needed an intervention, because I was blocking out everybody. I didn't give a fuck who it was. And it was 2 cycles, 2 what y'all call weeks. Tuesday and Wednesday. Morning doves would sit right on my window ledge and sunbathe as I was literally laying down on those 2 lucid moments specifically. Morning doves. And I'm just taking this all in because as Saturn in Capricorn, that's earth energy. So the way Saturn speaks to me, I was already tapped in and tuned in with symbolism and synchronicities. It's very easy for me to connect with nature and the signs that it's given me. I don't think too much of it. I just allow the intuition to guide me in terms of where I want to go with it. And the story just was lining up beautifully. So it was the cat first, my return happening, the turtle doves, blue jays started being more significant. And then the year after that, when I tell you this was the most beautiful experience, it was funny as shit at the same time, because this is while I'm living in the Bronx, in the hood. And you don't see this type of shit. At least not even in New York for that matter. When I tell you there was possibly more than 500 grackles, black birds outside, all you hear is birds chirping. I'm listening. I'm just wondering, I know that's not just a few of them all together. That shit sounds as though it's plenty. I look outside, all you see is black grackles all over. I said, what the fuck? This girl outside goes, y'all better fix whatever the fuck y'all got going on, because shit about to get real. I said, yo, so the moral of me saying this entire thing is, I'm not here to play with anyone's energy the same way I don't allow anyone to play with mine. Okay? I'm here to assist. I'm very clear when it comes to someone having a pattern. And this is why, I am someone who's usually to myself, because if a person doesn't want to hear what has to be said, then you don't have to be in my space. But if something is to be maneuvered or changed for better efficiency of energy to flow, I will state that. And if a person gets uncomfortable or feels froggy and they want to fucking leap, you can jump elsewhere. Okay? Because this spiritual mind, this spiritual body is efficient and it works the same way these physical hands did. Which is why my ass got to do this here. Because I had my lesson on that avenue as well. Because I got a Mars in Aries. So imagine that. Imagine all this, you know what I'm saying, this fine tuning that has to happen. Very analytical, real clear as to the way I'm going to move some shit. Moon in Virgo, Sun in Sag, Mars in Aries, Venus in Scorpio. The fuck? So I'll be telling people, I feel as though I've been bamboozled. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. With the Uranus in Sagittarius at 29 degrees, which gives me that ability to see when somebody coming around to fuck around and find out. I'm literally here to slay anybody that's been misusing divination tools. Even in the most subtle of ways. And the reason why it even places me into that position, I learned, I'm not going to say I learned the hard way, but I learned in a way that it was, it's one of those things of, had I known sooner, I would, had I known sooner, I would have moved a certain way. However, I didn't know sooner because those things had to play out that way. I've literally gone through situations where people who fucked me over, let's say 14, 15 years old, and I've released it. It was around after my Saturn return. I would have these moments where my body was cleansing through tears. But these tears were tears as if something happened. There were two significant situations, okay? This is also why I moved the way I moved, because I've seen too much shit. It literally gets me a little into that emotional state too. But I've seen too much shit. Two is enough. And there are other things that happen, but these two specifically fucked me up in the way of, okay, what the fuck is going on for real? So I'm purging, I'm crying. And I have a vision of a situation, and I trust my intuitive instincts and what I'm guided to do. And the way this world is set up, there's a lot of shit on social media. Two significant situations spread apart after my Saturn return. I'm going through a purge, crying, visualize these situations, go onto social media for one situation. Same thing happens months later. Go onto social media, see about this situation. In both situations, those people have lost a significant person in their life. I said, and the reason even why, as to why it was so intense in the connection of it, because of the age of situations that occurred for me and the visions I would get of even processing what happened. And then as I'm crying, I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing someone that this person is connected to, and it's that person who passed on. I said, nah, I'm done. I'm done. When you talking about solitude and isolating myself, yeah, I went through it. I sure the fuck did go through it spiritually, in terms of I don't want nobody fucking with me, because y'all don't know how the fuck my energy is set up. At all. And that's not even the thing. People feel as though, oh, who you think you are? Watch yourself now, because it's not about who the fuck I think I am. I know who I am. That might be part of your problem, because I know. You know what I'm saying? It probably would save somebody ass, because I know, and I just back off, which is why I block people so fast off of here. I don't have to know you. Just don't come over here with that shit. No. I'll help you wherever you at, assist you wherever the part of your journey you in. The moment you get uncomfortable because I see something and I see the pattern, you get uncomfortable and you say something at the side of your mouth, watch that shit. Because it's that simple. I've seen it way too many times. Those are only 2 scenarios. But there are other situations where I said people really don't, you know, there's some people who do misuse it. Yes, they do. You know what I'm saying? They do misuse their power, but save your own ass by staying the fuck away from me is all I'm gonna say. Because again, I don't got to do, people think as though, oh, you gonna turn on some, I don't got to do no candle, nothing. No candle, no bay leaf, no nothing. Don't have to do none of that. And if I, mind you, the moments that I do is for me to calm down my own energy. Because I know I feel as though I'm about to fuck some shit up. I pray my Psalms over myself to calm me the fuck down. Because that's all it takes is for the energy within me to start moving. But what I'm most grateful for is to recognize that so it don't get so far. You know, and making the adjustments as soon as I see them, not second guessing it. My intuition says this gotta go, you gotta go. That's it. You gotta go. And I'm not the type to be on some, go do that shit somewhere else. No, you gotta go. Don't even do that shit nowhere else. It stops here. Okay. So. Which is why people have taken, because of that, I'm so loving and kind, you know, and people mistake that kindness for weakness until I put that face on that it looks as though I'm looking at you through your entire soul. And that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, so when you are in that position, collective, as you are, with you being here, you know, as you rise in vibration, it's important to move a certain way. That's all. Just move a certain way. Be wise about the way you move. Especially so that way you can, you know, allow yourself to step in the most beautiful experience of life, of bliss. Because, yeah, karma could get unleashed upon my ass too. And that shit is different. Shit hit different. Source be making sure I feel that shit. You ain't got to tell me twice. You got it. When they say it's a gift to respond, that's what responsibility is. The ability to respond. And with that, my loves, I leave you. Until the next time, I love you. Have a blissful evening. Okay, make sure you shower or pour some water over you. I return your energy. I take my energy back. But anytime you're in these type of spaces, which is also going to shift the way you move as well, okay? Make sure you are cleansing yourself with water or wiping yourself down after you leave any of these spaces of where energy is being read. It's very important to make sure you cleanse yourself. Never go to bed without rinsing your body off and clearing your energy, okay? That's spiritual hygiene 101. But I love you. See you in the next live.